Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Asian guy here, forget the number flashing on your screen, $79, $80, whatever it is, that's not the story. If that's what you're staring at, you're missing the real event. You're watching the scoreboard while the stadium is burning down. The real news today isn't a number, it's a name, Elon Musk. While everyone else was glued to the charts, while algorithms scurried over fractions of a cent, one of the richest men on the planet, the Tesla CEO, the man behind the largest solar energy network on Earth, the rocket-fueled genius of SpaceX, tweeted 4 words that could redefine the entire market. This is not good. That's it. 4 simple words. Responding to a report on a silver shortage, Elon Musk wrote, "This is not good. Silver is needed in many industrial processes." To the untrained eye, it sounds casual, almost like idle commentary. But context matters. This isn't a hedge fund manager worrying about quarterly bonuses. This isn't a talking head fishing for clicks. This is the man whose empire, Tesla EVs, solar city panels, SpaceX rockets, runs on silver literally. Silver isn't optional. It's the most conductive metal on the planet. You can't make a high-efficiency solar panel without silver paste. You can't build a reliable EV battery management system without silver contacts. Physics doesn't compromise. There are no substitutes that work as well. So when Elon says this is not good, he's not talking about price. He doesn't care if silver is $79 or $100. He has billions in cash. He can weather a price spike. What he does care about is supply. This is not good means I might not get the metal I need. My production is at risk. The paper market is lying and the physical shelves are empty. This is the moment the narrative changes. For the last 5 years, the battle has been financial, silver bugs versus banks, retail investors versus shorts, a paper war of margin calls and short squeezes. We wanted prices up. They wanted them down. It was a casino. But that war is over. The industrial war has begun. When the largest industrial consumer of silver in the world signals a shortage, speculation ends. Survival begins. Tesla cannot print silver. They cannot paper hedge their way out of a deficit. If they don't get the metal, the assembly lines halt. If assembly lines halt, stock tanks. If stock tanks, the empire war. Musk is effectively short silver not in a financial sense, but in a physical, existential sense. Unlike a bank, which can write a check when prices rise, Tesla must settle in metal. No silver, no production. Simple as that. And here's the kicker. When Musk tweets, "This is not good," he isn't just speaking for Tesla. He's sending a warning flare to every tech CEO, Tim Cook at Apple, the executives at Samsung, the battery giants in Korea. The scramble begins. Up until now, corporations ran on just-in-time inventory. A few weeks' supply in the warehouse was fine. Trust the market to deliver on demand. Musk's tweet changes everything. Truth is gone. As he's seeing the same numbers we are. Inventory is plummeting, deficits growing, China news adding pressure, just in time is about to fail. What happens next is predictable. Samsung reads the tweet, they panic, double our order for 2026. No, triple it, keep it in our vault. Apple does the same. And just like that, a corporate hoarding cycle begins, not for speculation but to survive. This isn't buying pennies. This is buying everything. $79, $85, $90, sweeping the order book. That's why we saw $79.57 today. The market isn't irrational. It's front-running corporate panic. The algorithms know Musk doesn't tweet about commodities without cause. He has the best supply chain intel on earth. If he sees a shortage, there is a shortage. And remember, Musk doesn't just observe. Think back to Bitcoin on Tesla's balance sheet. Weeks later, double. Now, there are whispers that Tesla could secure direct stakes in silver mines or stockpile physical metal. If that happens, $100 isn't the target, it's the baseline. The all-time high today isn't a bubble. It has the market finally recognizing a truth that has been ignored for decades. Silver has been undervalued for 40 years, treated like paper instead of a vital industrial metal, and now the industrial world is paying the price.
Today, silver has reclaimed its crown as a strategic lifeline. The rising prices and speculation its survival. Industrial giants are realizing that the paper markets have been lying about actual supply. But here's the part that should make your spine tingle. Musk alarm IS&T just about a general shortage. He isn't just scanning mining reports or doing some quick math. He is staring at a date on the calendar, a date less than 4 days away that could rewrite the rules of the global silver market forever. January 1st, 2026. On that day, the single largest disruption to silver in modern history goes live. The world's top refiner is about to lock the gates. Musk's tweet wasn't vague commentary, it was a reaction to this very event. China isn't just tweaking bureaucracy, they're erecting a blockade. And the details, they're brutal. Thresholds, credit requirements, nationalized sublets, a full-scale strategic lockdown. $79 silver. That's not a price, it's a gift. Because what's happening in Beijing is a checkmate against the Western industrial complex. They aren't just restricting the market. He's seizing it. Here's the nightmare in the fine print. Starting January 1st, any company wanting to export silver out of China must meet 2 impossible conditions. Annual production capacity of at least 80 tons. Established credit lines of roughly $30 million USD. Those numbers aren't arbitrary there. A guillotine, hundreds of small and mid-sized exporters, trading houses, and independent brokers who used to supply the West are instantly disqualified. Too small, too undercapitalized, they're out. Their silver, it stays in China, not in warehouses, not in vaults, but flowing straight to BYD-KTL and the Chinese solar and EV giants. This is resource nationalism at its finest. China is saying, we make the solar panels, we make the batteries. Our silver fuels our future. Why should we feed yours? It's the same playbook they used with rare earth metals a decade ago, tighten exports. Crush foreign competition, forced manufacturers to move to China if they want access. And now it's silver's turn. Timing is everything. The global deficit is reaching critical mass, and Beijing is closing the door just as the fire starts to spread. Elon Musk sees this clearly. China controls 60 to 70% of global refined silver capacity. Even if ore is mined elsewhere, much of it passes through Chinese. When that flow stops, the Western supply chain snaps. From January 1st, there won't be one global silver price, there will be 2. One inside China, where metal is abundant, and one outside, where panic rules. The old arbitrage, dead. Forget buying in Shanghai and shipping to London without a government-issued license. You can't touch it. Metal is trapped. This creates a physical iron curtain. On one side, China's industrial machine runs unhindered. On the other, Tesla, Apple, Samsung there, left scrambling for scraps. And that's $79 silver. It's just the beginning. The market is already trying to price in a shock that hasn't even officially started. Call me February when a US electronics manufacturer tries to order their usual shipment and gets a force majeure notice. The panic will be concentrated, not spread. Western vaults in New York and London, already stressed, will be drained even faster. Shortages become crisis. And why January 1st, 2026? Because China sees the numbers too. They know the deficit is peaking. They know the scramble will be brutal, and they've timed their move for maximum leverage.